Hey man, what to do? What it is? You already know the vibes. It's your boy, Mr. Bell. aka say your name up on this pod. I might not put you tomorrow. Man, special guest. I ain't even want to tell him this before the pod. I wanted to wait till we get on the pod to tell this brother this. First, you make me work harder.
Really?
You are inspiration for me, and I want to tell you how dope you are. And thank you for pushing me. I just wanted to say that before we even got started, before they even know who you are. I just wanted to tell you that because I sit back and I watch and I'm like, that brother be working. It make me come up here and be like, let me get on this computer. Let me figure some stuff out. Let me do some things. Hell, we've been ever since we started this pod with during the pandemic, and then we end up going on Zoom, and we've been on Zoom ever since. It makes me want to get back in person. It makes me miss getting back in person. But even the work that you do, all the clips and how the way you promote, the way you shine, brother, your grind is impressive. And I'm happy to watch you and see you growing on. You know what I'm saying? I just know you from the one time I met you and follow you on the Facebook and Instagram. But I want to tell you thank you for that. But yeah, man, B Haywood is in the building. This brother is the owner of Confirmed Podcast.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I know it's Confirmed Podcast. I just want to make sure it wasn't another name. Did I mess it up? Man, he got well, let me let you tell it. Man, tell me about the podcast that you do.
I do We Them Girls podcast and Big and Lazy podcast. Been doing them for about 18 months now. You know.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. We Them Girls is just the girls most of the time. Sometimes they have some guests, sometimes they don't. And Big and Lazy is all guest based, different guests every week.
Okay. Now, I know Fines from high school. Dude was always a funny brother. How'd you link up with B Fines?
Through his cousin Gerard. You know Gerard?
No, I don't think so.
Gerard is he's a character. He's a guy. It's been my guy for a real long time, and
Okay.
they was going to start a pod together, and then decided against it. And I linked up with him and his former co-host Lazy one day, and we did the pod, and the rest was history. I was like, man, these guys is pretty good. So, I think I want to start a network, and they was the first to the network, and then the girls came later.
Okay. All right. So what y'all was, I know B Fines is solo by itself now, but what was the decision to make it be guest oriented? Because when Lazy was still there, y'all started becoming guest oriented a little bit. Because I was first. I would like to bring that up all the time.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
like to, I like to bring that up every chance I get. I was first, the first guest.
Hey, you might have to come back for episode 100, man. We
Hey,
almost there.
hey man, let a brother know because I'll pull up in a heartbeat. You know what I mean? But nah, what was that? Was that a you decision or was that a them decision to go start having guests?
That was a them decision. So all of the creative decisions as far as like what they talk about and how long they talk about it and all of that, that's all the girls. That's all big and lazy at the time. They decided, hey man, I want to have a different guest every week, and we had different guest every week. They never had to do an episode alone. So
Okay, all right. What have you ever? You did a podcast yourself, right?
yeah, it by the name of the network, it was called Confirmed Podcast, and then me and some of my guys got a little bit too busy. I got out of it, and I took my talents to produce some podcasts.
Okay, you went behind the mic. Do you ever miss being in front of the mic?
A little bit, but I'm mic'd up every episode. I just don't be saying much. I can chime in on Big and Lazy and We Them Girls anytime, but I just don't much.
All right. We them girls. How did we them girls come
Um, they started out just doing Facebook lives.
about? Hmm.
Had a pretty good following, just girl talk, shop talk, because they both hairdressers on their own shop, and they just decided, hey, we want to do a podcast, and I started producing for them, and then rest is history. And they end up joining the network not too long after, about 10 12 episodes in.
Okay. All right. So Do you? We're gonna get into some other questions, but let me, since we heard, do you ever think about expanding more besides the two pies?
Yeah, I would love to, but uh a lot of people don't like that that it costs. They think just because we running a network that I don't get paid for what I do. Because I mean, I take a lot of time in the studio as well as outside the studio. Because a lot of people don't know, I don't just record and edit. I'm the one taking the behind the scenes photos. I'm the one that's editing the audio and both the video and managing both podcasts as well. So the email list, the subscription service, I do all of that. So.
Man, when do you sleep, my brother? That's the question.
I
Like,
don't. You
when
see my hair looking kind of crazy right now. I don't.
when do you sleep? How do you manage work, podcast life, and family life? Because I ain't gonna lie, I struggle with it. So that's why podcast life sometimes, lacks. And then, like I said, using inspiration, you make me get off my ass. But how do you find the balance? I'm trying to take notes. I got pen and paper right here.
Uh, to be honest, it ain't for everybody. It's hard. We treat it like it's work. We have our kids at the studio while we record and everything. We tell them, "Hey, man, go in the hallway, play on these iPads. We record and we be done in a little bit." You know.
Mhm.
So I'm only off on Sundays and Mondays for my job. I record Sundays, edit Mondays, and then every other rest of the days is work. So I work around the clock on this for real.
Man, that is what I'm learning. Because like I said, I've been doing it for years. But when I started, I ain't gonna lie, when I started, I was just doing it for fun, just talking shit. And then it slowly developed into more. But I'd rather have his highs and lows with it. When you go through the lows, what pulls you back up?
Uh, really just the numbers for real. I'm a numbers junkie. So uh seeing the numbers go, saying go pretty good, or having an episode that you was like, that was kind of mid, and then people enjoy it, like a bunch of different things, so yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Just a love for it for real. I just got a real love and passion for what I do. So even when I'm not really feeling like it, I get up and I go do it anyway. I treat it like a second job.
yeah, that's what I'm learning. That's what I'm learning. What do you think is next for the two podcasts?
Um, we're gonna get into some live streaming and hopefully some like live in person podcasts. Maybe rent out a venue and do something like that.
Okay, yeah, that I ain't gonna lie, that would be dope. Having live podcast would be dope, especially when it's people that's entertaining and know what they're doing, and you can have fun and go along with the show. Hopefully, it don't be no drama with that, like tonight's conversation, because they're going through a bunch of stuff over there and whatnot. Uh, so now I gotta get into wrestling. Let's Anything else you want to talk about as far as the pies?
Nah,
Okay, cool. But
listen,
let's get into the wrestling now. When did you become a wrestling
I've been a wrestling fan all my life, man. My pops, R.I.P.
fan?
We used to watch the old school Saturday night main event and stuff like that. Whole lot of I wasn't a big WCW guy. I was more of a WWF guy, but yeah, yeah.
Man, no, man, you lost me right there. When I was a WCW kid, that's what I said. I was a WCW kid. My sister, she's a big Goldberg fan. When they came to the city, we was at the shows. That's why I became WCW, because we was at them shows. I was big Goldberg. So I mean, favorite wrestler growing up.
Favorite wrestler growing up. Um, it's probably between Triple H and The Rock. I was a big Triple H fan, big Rock fan.
Is it wrong that I just knew you was gonna say The Rock? Is it because of racial thing? But I had a feeling you was gonna go to Rock.
Oh yeah, hey, I gotta go with the one that looked like me.
I
That's where
knew
it
it.
all started.
I
That's where it
knew it.
started for my daughters.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So who's they favorite?
Got two girls, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. Both
Ah, yeah,
their favorites.
I can see it. I
Yeah.
can see it.
When my quick little story, when my oldest daughter, when Jade came to WWE, she was so excited because I don't know if you watch any AEW, but that shit is violent, so I don't let her watch that one. So when she came over to WWE, she was excited.
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. I can't get into the AEW. I have a little bit with Bobby Lashley now, and Ricochet. I'm getting into a little bit of it. You can see me while I'm going over it because of colors. But I don't know, dog. It's just something about it. It ain't clicking for me. But I think part of it is it's new,
Hmm.
and I'm so used to WWE because I transitioned from WCW to WWE. I was still rooting for Booker T now because that, my favorite wrestler growing up was Booker T. Because like I said, I go with the one that looked like me, Booker T and Sting, and then I fell out of WWE. I came back around to it, and then I just can't get into the AEW. I tried.
It's the stories for me. Like they don't invest in a good story. Like WWE, it's a Roman Reigns was champ for 3 years.
Yeah,
So like they take a long time for their stories to pay off, and they really invest in them. I think that's the difference.
yeah. It take but sometimes WWE stories take a little bit too damn long.
Yeah, and
It take a
get
little
to the end of it, and like man, you know you should have ended that there, and then they come back around. So yeah, I agree. I agree.
because ain't no reason for Rhea Ripley and Liv to be still. They just ended their last thing. Man, y'all should have ended that 3 months ago. Oh, even after before the injury to Rhea Ripley. But I mean, that's neither here nor there. Wrestling. Do you ever see yourself going to WrestleMania? Because I asked that because me and my boy Dion, what I'm saying, shout out to Dion. We was just talking about it and we looked at them ticket prices. And we was like, it's $300 for the nosebleeds.
Yeah.
Oh no. But is that something that you would want to do? Even, let's say money ain't the is it something you would want
Yeah.
to do?
If I ever get my money up like that, I'm definitely going to a Super Bowl and a WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, definitely.
As far as ticket prices, they damn near the same.
Yeah, hey, hell on. I don't know. I feel like Super Bowl might be a little more shit, because they want it to be the the biggest thing on earth. You know what I mean? With Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
And I want you to be honest. How you feel about Hulk Hogan and everything that came along when he was on, and everybody booed him and all of that, and then of course the things he said. How you feel about Hulk Hogan now?
Oh man. Uh, when it came out, it was wild because the NWO they pretty much was WCW.
It
So
was.
like if you was a fan around that time, you was a fan of the NWO, or maybe you hated them. I don't know, but you knew about them. And so like to find out that he said them things about black people, it was wild to me. And then they had him on a little American beer endorsement on the little Netflix premiere, and he just got booed. And after that, they separated ties with him because they seen the reaction. I don't even know why they thought that that was a good idea.
I was gonna be my next question was, are we the only ones that seen it? Or did they just miss the boat? Because I thought everybody knew he public enemy number one when it comes to the wrestling game. At this point, at least that's what I thought.
I don't know what they was thinking. They was I don't know. Hey, it's beer, so I mean I don't know. You could have got anybody. You could have got Stone Cold Steve Austin if you want to talk beer, but they got Hulk Hogan. I don't know. That was wild.
What do you think about the future of WWE? Where it's going since Triple H took over?
Uh, Triple H got him in a real good place. I feel like upward trajectory. I can see all of the TKO influence,
Yeah.
the ownership group, as far as like the Netflix move, catering to a younger audience. Like they had Kai Cenat on there the other night. So like when my kids watch wrestling, they know who these people are. Like my daughter was jumping up and down when Logan Paul came out. So it's like they going in the right direction as far as if they try to get a younger crowd.
How you feel about Logan Paul? Because personally, I like Logan Paul.
Man,
I
Logan
think
Paul is a hell of a wrestler. The things
that's
that
what
he does in the ring It takes a wrestler their whole career to get that good in the ring.
I think Logan Paul, he's an underrated wrestler, and he takes care of business on the mic. What
Hmm.
more can you want?
Right.
Now, I ain't like the way he had that United States Championship for that long, and he didn't defend it as much. But what can you say when Roman was doing the same thing?
Yeah.
So why did he get so much hate? Speaking of championships that don't get defended, I'm starting to believe the tag team championships are a waste because they don't defend them, they don't push them like they should. And when then now they trying to shove it down their throats on SmackDown, and you could tell it feels forced.
With DIY and
Yeah, DIY and what's it, pretty deadly and all of that. Now I'm feeling forced because I guess y'all got that extra hour now, and now y'all trying to put them on, but y'all didn't put them on before. And I feel the same thing with Raw because Finn and JD, man, personal JD though, 'cause I know he got it hurt. They had them championships for however long. I think they defended them twice, three times, and I think third times when they lost it.
I think WWE has ever since like the New Day era, like when they was at the top of their game, they kind of just disrespected the whole tag team division. Like women's, Raw, SmackDown, NXT, they don't show the tag teams the love that they deserve, I feel like. They got so many good tag teams. They just had Motor City Machine Guns come over. Like, I don't know
Mm-hmm.
if you know fans of them from outside of WWE, but like they some legends. And it's like I don't feel like they really using them like they should, especially with, like you said, with 3 hours to on TV. Like,
So I think they wasted. I think they wasted. Like you said, okay, Motor City Machine Guns. I done messed it up. Like you said, they was big. They was legendary outside of WWE. Then you get to WWE, uh, they hot shot them though. They gave them the titles. They had the titles for a little bit. They didn't promote it like they should, and then they lost the titles. How are we supposed to take them serious when you hot shot them and then take it away from them?
right. I felt like that was a very I'm sorry, but I gotta hate on them. I feel like that was a very AEW move. It's like you didn't give me no time to get invested in them, and a lot of people didn't outside of WWE didn't really even know who that was. And then, like you said, you put the belts on them, and then you took them right off. They tend to do that a lot, like bounce titles around. I don't feel like they give any of the titles the real respect for real.
You know, I think they do that with tag titles, but I think sometimes it's just me. Those single titles, sometimes these runs be a little too for me. They be a little too long. I don't because then it's like Gunther. After a while, you know, went through so many people. Now I'm looking at like when somebody come and beat you, it's like, oh man, they just had to get the title off.
Yeah.
I sometimes I don't say I ain't saying every run should be like a month or two, but not every run should be like a year.
Right, right.
Some some 4 6 month championship runs will be okay.
So let me ask you this: what is your most hated title run over the last few years?
Oh, the most hated. Mm. At the time, I'm gonna say Roman Reigns because I feel like he had it for so long, but he didn't fight. But now looking back, being hindsight 2020, I see where I was wrong because I know Triple H's and TKO has helped push it to another level, but I think Roman deserves a lot of credit.
Yeah.
He put some butts in some seats, man, and the storyline was investing. And I think that's why people was frustrated, me included, when he didn't defend the titles and he wasn't there as much because we're invested in him because of how great he is and how dope he is. So yeah, I at the time it was Roman. Now hindsight being 2020, I feel like okay, I messed that up. Another one right now, I'm gonna be honest with you, is Gunther because I feel like they just ain't there's no storyline to it.
Yeah.
They just picking people. Like Jay on Saturday Night Live went back. We
He,
knew.
I think he should have won that.
I think so too.
He's way over right now. He's selling merch, man, crazy. Like they should have put the title on him. It'd have been perfect.
Man, I don't even be buying merch like that. And I was thinking about buying some Jay Uso stuff. And that ain't even my bag to be spending money on it. Like that's not my style. But I was like, man, I rock with Jay. I'm interested to see what they do with Jimmy though,
Hmm.
because the way Jay is so over. I hope that they keep them on separate brands like they are now, and let Jimmy develop into his own person.
Jimmy's doing all right now, though.
I think so. I just hope they continue it. That's all. I'm scared. I hope they just don't put him in another tag team with somebody else. And then that's the storyline. I
You
hope they
think that
give him.
whole bloodline saga's over with now?
I think so because I,
Oh,
I think
Solo dipped.
yeah, I think Solo. I think Solo got to get his back stabbed,
Yeah,
and Jacob and them about to stomp him to the ground.
I feel
Mm.
the same thing.
Do you feel like they booking Jacob too strong?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Uh, I like his booking, and I like that they just let him go on the promos. Like you could tell that's all him. That's all Sacktown. Like you could tell like when he doing his promos like that they ain't telling him to pull no punches or none of that. So I like that.
I love the promos. And I like the push so far. The only thing I got was when they did the Saturday Night Live and he beat down Brahms. I can't tell you that brand's name. Damn, slipping up on words. Strowman. When he beat down Strowman, I feel like it was too easy. He made it look too easy. And that's supposed to be a monster of monsters.
Yeah.
Him, you shouldn't let him beat him down that easily.
If anything, that was the point where they messed up. Like everything else up until that
Yeah.
was perfect. I feel
Yeah,
like.
I agree with, like you said, the promos. He's killing the promo game. He came in as being one of the best to get on that mic, but to be Strowman down like,
Yeah, that was rough.
I don't know. I don't know,
And
man.
it took what a tsunami on top of a car to put him down from Bronson Reed. So it's like you gotta. I don't know. The consistency just don't be there sometimes.
It don't. That's why I don't. That's why I don't like long title runs because you would have the person that, let's say, the person that beat Gunther had probably lost three of his past feuds, and all of a sudden he's gonna be the one to beat Gunther.
Mm,
What are we doing? You
right.
should be a little more consistency. Everybody should be somewhat equal. Like you, I ain't going to right now. Xavier Woods now they over, but if they keep losing, I can't even take them serious.
Oh, right, right, right.
I
They got that heat on them. What you think about that decision turn on Big E? Did you like that?
No, I liked it for Xavier Woods. I was about to say I be want to call him Austin Creed because I follow his stuff outside of wrestling. But I be having to catch myself. I knew it was Xavier because Xavier could be a dope ass heel.
Mm,
For me, Kofi just don't feel believable as a heel.
yeah,
Yes, because I've seen it for
flashy.
so long. I don't get me wrong. I like the work that he's doing, but it just don't feel believable to me yet.
Yeah,
Even with the Big E thing, it just don't feel believable yet.
yeah.
I don't know. Before you get out of here, I want to give you my hot take. Well, I don't think it's a hot take, but I think the LWO should be heels, and I think Rey Mysterio should be a heel too. What do you think?
Mm, I like it.
I know it's gonna be hard because Rey Mysterio is a legend, and you want to keep a legend as a babyface, especially going down towards the end of his career. But I think the LWO works better as heels, and why not give Rey a one last run as a heel? Because right now, y'all not really letting him do nothing. He
Yeah,
wrestling, but he's not really doing nothing.
I like it.
Okay.
I think. Oh, I'm gonna add on top of that.
Okay.
You know how Dominic turned on Ray, and he got all of that heat. Well,
Mm-hmm.
Judgment Day is pretty much disbanded now. Maybe he could try to be a good guy, and then Ray be like, "Nah, remember that shit you did," and then that could be the heel turn. I don't know, but I do like the LWO as heels though, especially with Penta being there now.
Yeah, man. We so smooth, bro.
Yeah.
Why that brother smooth, man?
And the
And I
first
don't watched
real
him
one time.
before in highlights and stuff, but I ain't know. He
Yeah.
was but I seen a match with him and EO Sky.
Yeah.
Oh, I said, oh, EO get down.
Yeah.
That's what I was like. Oh, I ain't know she got down like that. I knew people talked about her in that way, but I didn't know she got down like that.
They're
Yo,
big on them intergender matches in like New Japan and shit. So
yeah.
he done wrestled Chelsea Green too.
For real?
Yeah, Chelsea Green is crazy when she wrestles guys. She's nuts.
I didn't. Now I gotta look it up. I didn't know. I wasn't familiar. Look, I wasn't familiar with a game. If I wasn't familiar with a game, man, I gotta look it up. Before we get out of here, before I end this, tell them where they can find all your work.
Oh, you can find us on every podcast platform that you can listen to podcasts. So Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Apple Music, and so on. Then you can find us on YouTube. And then we also got the subscription service on buymeacoffee.com/confirm, where you can get early access to all the episodes that we record the day after we record them. And, some exclusive videos that only go on there as well. So.
Hey man, look at you already working. People, you got stuff to do, man. Hey man, like I said, I appreciate you. Everything I said at the beginning, bro, I mean that for real.
Oh yeah,
Thank you.
I don't know if you want to talk about it, but the C test thing.
Oh, okay.
Let them
Well,
know what happened with that.
I don't know what happened at all. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Look, I'm just gonna keep it real with you. I seen the clips. I think I shared one of them, and to me that was it. Then my cousin called. You heard what's going on with B fans and C Taz? I said, no, not really. She said, well, there's some drama behind it. You need to go look. So I went to go look, and only thing like I said was I I think B fans said, we ain't really twisting nobody's words. So
Yeah.
what happened?
So what it was is and I think it was because we shared it, but it was pretty much one of my guys, and shout out to Dre, out of Lexington. He do the content thing too, SSD TV. He pretty much just made a video, and it was just a think piece on what he thought happened between Jack Harlow and CTES, just based off, everything that was publicized and all of that. And it was pretty much just like an educated guess for real. He didn't know, and he said in the video multiple times that he didn't know the truth. So I guess CTS thought that we was involved with that and said that, we try to make it look like, like what he was saying in the video. He's saying pretty much that Jack Harlow used CTS for black popularity. I ain't gonna touch on that, but and
Okay.
I think that's what pissed him off. And he thought he basically tried to say that that was us and that we twisted his words around. So, a lot of people seen through it too because they was like, how can they twist words around that you said yourself? So, it really helped us. He more than tripled the views on the video just by doing that. So,
Yeah, that's what I say. I went when I seen it, and like when Cuz called me, I was like, all right, B fans got him one. That's all my thought was. Hopefully don't nothing else come from it. But man, B fans got him one. Because that ain't gonna do nothing but push the numbers. You ain't doing nothing but doing us a favor because then people they're gonna watch the clip, they're gonna go watch the whole video. Then they're gonna see like our brothers do. Let me watch some more.
yeah. He was mad though, man. Like he called my phone and B5's phone like 60, 70 times. We had to block him though. He was pretty upset.
We just I'm gonna ask you straight up. Did you take anything out? Did you twist that man's words?
Nah, I didn't. And the edits that are there, I just want to say he told me to put them there. He told me to put them there. And if you go to our subscription service on Buy Me a Coffee, the video is free with the full video from the time I push record before the podcast even starts till after it ends. So, like, if you really want to see that, you can go see that too. Like, I only edited out what he told me to, and that was anytime he said the words Jack Harlow or mentioned the song Nail Tech, he told me to bleep it out, which I did.
Okay. All right, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't even know him and Harlow had problems.
Yeah. It's really not problems. He's really just speaking on the situation where there was a big concert and he was supposed to perform and he didn't. That's his real only beef. He really don't got no problem with Harlow and he don't really got, no bad words for Harlow. That's
Okay.
why I don't understand what the big uproar about the video was about because you didn't say anything bad about him.
Mm, okay. Uh, no, man, I'm gonna ask you this off pod. Man, thank you. I appreciate you for doing the pod and for being an inspiration to me, B Haywood. Man, thank you so much.
Man, and I just want to say I'm glad I could be an inspiration, man. That's all I want is, the city to have a media platform, you know what I'm saying? A couple media platforms where people can go for entertainment, you know what I'm saying? So I'm glad that I'm making people work harder and, treat it like a job like I do. I love that. I just want to see content thrive, man.
Hey, man, you making a brother work harder. I don't know if I should be thanking you or should I be upset with you. Now I think about it. nah, but not for though, bro. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. Hey, man. Make sure y'all check out everything Confirmed Podcast be doing. And brother, he do great work. The fans do great work. The young ladies do great work. Everything over is dope. But yeah, man, make sure y'all check them out. But thank y'all for listening to another episode. Man, that work out too. Thank you for listening to another episode of Hold Up and Another Thing, presented by Mixed Vibes Media. Y'all already know the vibes. I'm gonna catch y'all next week.